Alright, guess what time we're going right now? We're heading on to Salisbury in a hurry and then having dinner early and then going to the beach. So we can do that. Having dinner early and then going to the beach.
How was Chick-fil-A?
Great. So...
Did you call Mommy or did Mommy call you?
She called me.
What she wanted?
She said, we're going to be in Salisbury. She said, are you in Salisbury?
She wanted to know if we were there yet.
She said, you're going to be in Salisbury for another hour. What do you think swimming makes sense?
In the ocean?
Yes. Yeah, it does make sense. Swimming in the ocean. There's a right turn, you make a U-turn.
She has her own lane.
Infinity.
That's how long we're going to be sitting here waiting for her. Come on.
Remember, if the time that we have dinner early before going to the beach, what time will dinner be early?
At 5.
Yep. Just make sure that we don't have time for dinner late. Just make sure that dinner's gonna be early before going to the beach. So you can ask my grandmother about that. You ever get to ask my grandmother about that again? You're gonna ask my grandmother that again. You're right, Dad. Hospital's all the way to the right. Which hospital do you have been to?
I haven't been to this one.
Where do you only have been to?
Fairfax. Fair Oaks. Salisbury.
Sorry. And Arby's is where you and I went yesterday, but you know that Arby's is right there. And which hotel do you see on the left?
Hyatt Regency.
Yep, that's where hotels you go. Hotels are what you like. Dad. Hotels are what you like. Charlotte Wellington, right next to Conda's house, is on the Bureau line.
No.
We think.
The Bureau line.
Why is it that the Bureau line right next to Charlotte Wellington, right next to Conda's?
Well, there's no Charlotte Wellington station.
Why is it on the Bureau line?
And there's no Bureau line. Because there's just not a train system that far out from Charlotte where Conda lives. You just have to drive there.
Why is it right next to Conda's house that it said Charlotte Wellington?
Because it's kind of far away from enough people. I need to take public transportation.
Why won't it be right next to Conda's?
They just don't have any stations out there. Hey, look at that.
What do you think you see?
It's like a slide.
Wow, that looks beautiful. What do you think they're scared for if there's a subway station right next to Conda's?
See, that's the thing. There's not a subway station next to Conda's.
And do you think riding is all the way from Charlotte Wellington right next to Conda's to the Charlotte Airport?
No, they don't have a train line from Conda's to the airport. That's why they had to pick us up and drive us.
What about taking the economic line first and then the Bureau line?
There's no economic line or bureau line. Economic is everything having to do with money, and bureau is like a department or an organization.
Do you like bureaus?
I like the Bureau of Economic Analysis.
You know what it looks like? You know what it looks like about lines? BNet is yellow. Bureau is silver. Economic is orange. And analysis is blue.
No.
What do you think?
Blue is blue. Orange is orange. Silver is silver.
And why isn't BNet yellow?
Because yellow is yellow.
What do you think is for BNet and Bureau of Economic Analysis?
BNet is the intranet for the BEA. And analysis is looking at something really close.
And one more thing. Metropolitan is red and Transit is green.
No. Red is red and green is green. Metropolitan is everything in and around a big city.
And what was about the Transit?
Transit is everything having to do with transportation.
And what about Circulator Metropolitan Bus?
I've never heard of that, Jake. I've heard of the DC Circulator. And I've heard of Metropolitan. I've never heard of DC Circulator Metropolitan Bus.
Why won't it be DC Metropolitan Circulator?
Because Circulator is bus and Metropolitan is everything in and around the city.
Do you think Circulator would be great if we like the ride to McPherson Square?
Circulator will be fine if we want to ride to McPherson Square.
Great. Either one from Union Station or Woolly Park. Okay. who helped out with the baggage before going to the airport is the conductor, the rider. So it would be that for IAD and DCA.
No,
I think.
the conductor doesn't help with baggage.
Why is it between Reagan National Airport and Dulles Airport where conductor helps out with baggage?
It's not really correct. You know, the passengers have to take care of their own baggage when they're on the train.
Conductor, the rider.
Only the riders, not the conductor.
Think conductor's having a ride on the left, and the conductor on the right driving?
No,
I think it would be.
conductor's on the right.
What about two conductors?
Usually you only have one. Sometimes there's somebody riding in there in the cab, in front with them. But there's only one person actually operating the train.
Yeah. What do you think conductor does if while one person goes to the airport, while some people goes to the airport?
He just stops at all the right stops.
How about if passengers got an airline ticket from the conductor that passenger needs to go travel?
The conductor doesn't get involved with all that.
Why does the conductor give passenger an airline ticket before going for a ride?
Because the people in the airport are the ones that are responsible for doing that.
What about on the airplane? How about if there's the communion with sodas and snacks?
Well, on the airplane, yes, you can get sodas and snacks. They push the cart up the aisle. But to get communion, you have to go to church.
But why won't it be on the airplane if it could be communion with sodas and pretzels?
Sodas and pretzels is not communion. Communion is crackers and grape juice.
So what about the tray for sodas and for drinks and snacks?
Drinks and snacks come on a cart. Only communion comes on a tray.
It's a beautiful time if communion does. Why doesn't the flight give us sodas and drinks and snacks on the tray?
Because, you have to be careful on the airplane, so they put it in a cart with wheels that lock.
Do you get drinks and snacks on the airplane when flight gives out that?
No.
Do you like that?
I like drinks and snacks.
What do you think? Who gives us drinks and snacks?
Flight attendants.
Yeah. It is. But you like that.
Yeah.
flight attendants put trays for drinks and snacks all the way there, and then person getting up to get it, then back to their seats?
No, they usually bring them to your seat. It's about pushing the cart.
Is it like
up the
church?
aisle.
Is it like church?
No, at church right now you go up to the front and get it yourself.
You think passengers do?
But passengers on the plane have to stay in their seats and they bring it to them.
What about the tray?
No, they use a cart.
You want wine or beer?
I like grape juice.
Remember, Dad, when you go to Salisbury, do you like beer or grape juice? No, wine.
When I go where?
In Salisbury, do you like beer or wine?
I like soda and sparkling water.
Why don't you pick either?
I don't drink beer or wine. You know that.
Why won't you drink that?
It's bad for me.
What's happening if it's bad for you if you didn't drink beer and wine?
It's just better if I don't.
What do you think beer is what you like?
Root beer.
Is regular beer a little bit if you have a little bit of a sip in 3 seconds?
Yeah, that's no point. Little sip. That's what I would
When you're 80 years old, are you waiting when you're 80 years old before you drink wine?
do. No.
Why won't letting you drink wine wait when you're 80 years old?
Well, when I'm that old, I definitely shouldn't drink it. Somebody's in trouble.
Police! Sheriff!
Yeah. We have them in Fairfax County.
But sheriff doesn't let you and the adults off the Salisbury Center bus. That was the police.
Don't bother. The sheriff got me out.
Do you think the police lets you and the adults off? That there's no sheriff?
No.
What do you think? Who lets you off before going to Salisbury Center to have some work?
Nobody lets me off.
And adults off?
I'm already off.
What about the police who lets you and the adults off before going to work at Salisbury Center?
They just let me in. They don't let me off.
Remember, do you think, remember, when you leave Salisbury Center, do you think police points to the left where the Salisbury Metro station is and pointing to the right where the parking garage is for Metro buses?
Nah.
What do you think? What do you
They
think?
don't point. They just, everyone just understands where things are.
What about
They don't have to point.
What about Metro bus in the parking garage and Suitland Metro station?
Suitland Metro Station has a parking garage, and Suitland Federal Center has a parking garage.
What about Metro buses in the Suitland Federal Center parking garage and Suitland Federal Center adults going to the Suitland Metro station?
There's no Metro buses in the Suitland Federal Center parking garage because without a badge, you can't get in.
What about adults going to the parking garage and the Metro station?
Adults typically just drive and park in the parking garage of the Suitland Federal Center, go to work, and then they drive home. They don't normally take a metro bus.
But what about the Metro bus in the Suitland Federal Center parking garage and the Metro bus at the Suitland Metro Station?
My coworkers are going to work at Suitland Federal Center, they're just going to park in the parking garage of the Suitland Federal Center, park their own car.
Do you think the police shows the Suitland Federal Center adults where the metro station is, where the parking garage is for metro buses? Do you think police points to the left and the right?
No, they don't usually have to point. Everybody kind of knows where they're going.
Yeah, but what about if they leave the elevator and going to the police where to go?
After they leave the elevator, they walk by the police, and then they leave.
For leaving Metro bus in the parking garage and Suitland Metro Station?
No. Usually they just leave in a car.
What do you
Parked in
think?
the parking garage.
What do you think leaving Suitland Federal Center is like?
It's like driving your car out of the campus.
Here, one more time for Suitland. Do you think Metro buses go to Suitland Federal Center and leave Suitland Federal Center?
No.
What do you think going to and leave is for Metro buses?
Metro buses go to the Suitland Metro Station and they leave the Suitland Metro Station.
It's a good way if you like the Metro buses to leave anyway. So you and I are going on the ride to Friendship Heights. What you and I are gonna do, either from Federal Triangle or Archives, is to ride the Metro bus to Friendship Heights. It's only that at the Metro train for conductor to drive.
No, they don't have a steering wheel.
What about pedals?
They don't have pedals because the wheels just follow the tracks.
But what about pedals?
No, all the controls are on the console. They don't need pedals.
But why won't going for the train is to push the pedal to let the train move?
No, they use the throttle right on the console.
And then putting hands together on the steering wheel while putting the feet right into the pedal where it could move.
Yeah.
Think it does that?
No.
Or you think it would?
They just use the throttle on the console. There's no pedals.
I remember when we're in Salisbury, do you think there's a Salisbury Metrobus?
No. They have a shore transit bus.
What about Salisbury Bus, Salisbury Transit, and the Salisbury Metrobus?
We have a shore transit bus. It's not much of a bus system. It takes forever to get somewhere.
Salisbury Transit Bus is light green.
No, the shore transit bus is more like orange.
Where from? Welcome to Salisbury.
Crossroads of Delmarva.
Great. You know where it takes place to go to Salisbury?
Route 50 is where it takes place.
Yeah, it would take place to go there.
There's a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
It's pretty new.
The 7-Eleven for here is where we got a big gulp.
Yeah.
Do you think families like a big gulp? In Minnesota, do you think families like a big gulp?
Not really. I mean, it's a lot of soda in one place.
Do you think my grandmother gets a big gulp?
No.
Why would my grandmother do that?
She didn't like that much soda.
What do you think she likes?
She likes water, milk, wine.
What do you think diet is like? What do you get if it's a diet drink?
Diet Coke.
'Cause you're an adult now. I can't get diet yet because I can't get diet drinks yet because maybe when I'm an adult, I want a diet drink.
Yeah, I understand. You don't really need a diet drink right now because you're not fat.
Can I wait when I'm an adult and then get a diet drink?
Sure.
But when I'm not an adult yet, I just get regular. When I'm not an adult yet, I just get regular.
I know.
McDonald's.
If we go down to the beach, maybe you can sit back there and Grandma can sit here.
Yeah. After letting me swim in the beach,
Do you have a towel?
I have it with me. I'm not gonna grab a bucket to the beach, but I'll do that next time. 7-Eleven is where here is gonna get a big gulp.
Yeah. If that's what you want.
I know that big gulp is what I like. If I like big gulps, not enough if I like it, but it'll be great. You traveled with buses before?
Yes, I did.
Where do you travel with buses before? What bus? What bus do you like if you travel?
I don't know.
What buses do you like to travel?
Metro bus?
Yeah.
Stinky.
What do you mean so stinky?
It's a chicken. There's a chicken factory right there, and it gets really stinky, especially in the summertime.
Yeah, it was too. It was so stinky.
Did you smell it?
I smelled it. Tell me.
Arby's.
Yeah. Do you think Jay's with an H?
No.
What do you think it's like by the J and H?
It's just a J. It's no H.
Judiciary Square.
No.
Why is it there with the J that it's Judiciary Square?
Well, in Spanish, you know, the J sounds more like an H. But in English, the J just sounds like a J. Judiciary.
Yeah. Do you think it's Judiciary Hospital Station?
No.
Why is it a Judiciary Hospital Station?
There's just no hospital in the name.
Why doesn't they name the hospital on the station?
Because there's no hospital there.
Why is it a Judiciary Hospital Station?
Mostly because that's not where the hospital is. And usually when they put hospital in the name, it's because there's a hospital there.
Not about the hospital metro station?
No,
What do you think it's like?
not about that.
But not enough anyway.